your back? Are you gonna tell me where you went? All the messages I sent with no reply. It's like that. You're just gonna walk into my room. I hate how you assume I'll take the pleasure and the pain.
Hi, my name's Jason Woods. Welcome to Chasing the Apex. Behind me, I have a Range Rover SVR, and I've got a special guest driving today, and that's Linda.
'Cause you are the only one. 'Cause you are the only one. The only one. 'Cause you are the only one. The only
So hi, my name is Jason Woods, and welcome to Chasing the Apex. I'm here with Linda. Say hi, Linda.
Hi.
So we are in a Range Rover SVR. Now this is a supercharged V8 with about 585 horsepower. It's got a, I don't know, how many driving modes did you say it had?
8, I think.
She says 8. I'm gonna say 1800, because the reality is I mean, it's got more going on in here than I know what to do with. But what's really cool is it has this dynamic mode, and as you turn on the exhaust, it really sounds cool.
I like it. It sounds like a muscle car.
It does, doesn't it? And so you kind of go through that, and you can do that actually while driving, though I won't do that in front of her because she's already lectured me about it. But you know, the reality is it is very, very sporty. This is the vehicle for somebody that has, I mean, literally, you must have everything, because it's got a rock crawling mode, a sand mode, it's got a grass mode, but more importantly, it's got a race mode. And that's what we do here on Chasing the Apex. We talk about the experience that driving brings. Okay, so there is carbon fiber everywhere in the interior on this thing. I mean, there's so much detail happening. You can really feel the bespoke creation here by Range Rover. Now, I can tell you, right, you can feel how luxurious this is. Now, that's why I brought her. She's the luxury car expert. That's not me. You guys know I just love to drive. But this thing really does handle well. You can see the big Brembos on it. You can see those low profile tires, that sticky bit of going on, and that's what it's designed to do. That's what we're gonna run it through. Back to the interior, I mean, I don't know, there's so much going on in here. It's just, there's like carbon fiber everywhere. There's a button for everything. I'm pretty sure it would make cappuccino for you if you asked. And really, what's really important is the paddle shifters really work, and you can feel that. And so as we take it further through this first bit of twisty roads, you can kind of feel there's very little body roll. This is, when they say SVR, when they say race version, they mean every bit of it. So that big V8, I mean, it really comes alive with the exhaust system. And you know, I highly suggest if you drive one of these and you test one of these, you must turn the active exhaust on. It's absolutely intoxicating. It takes me off guard. It's definitely not something I would expect. Even looking at all the carbon fiber from the outside, you still think SUV, but it'll change your mind really, really quick when you get on that throttle. Oh, and that runoff is beautiful. It's like a chorus of angels, man. I mean, this is really something. You know, lots of pops, lots of bangs, lots of runoff. It's just absolutely beautiful. And it transitions really, really well, and that's what's important. The drive out of the corners is really, really solid. Now, mind you, it's an SUV, so it shouldn't be doing this. But I'm having a hell of a time. I really enjoy this. Absolutely excellent job. But you know what? It's not my turn anymore. It's her turn. Are you ready?
I am as ready as I'm going to be.
Whoa, what do you think of that? Slalom! Okay, so now you're behind the wheel. Tell me, what's it feel like?
It feels very smooth.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're still in dynamic, aren't we?
Yep.
So even in dynamic, it still feels smooth. I like the ride. I don't feel... It doesn't feel too stiff. So other cars I've driven that were in a race mode or dynamic mode, the suspension, I could really feel the stiffness in the suspension when I turned, and I don't feel that in this. And granted, I'm not going very fast, so I don't know if that, I'm sure that makes a difference in how stiff the
I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm playing with the buttons while she's talking. Sorry. Go for it. Keep talking. Keep talking.
That's all he ever does.
It's just
Whenever new cars, he plays with the buttons. Even when he's driving, it drives me crazy. But at
now
least he
you're
gets
in.
to know.
So actually the wires from our lavaliers are actually touching the touchscreen, and it's so sensitive, it's actually changing. So you were actually in comfort. Now you're in dynamic.
Okay.
Whoa, those are good brakes.
They are good brakes.
Go for it.
This is really easy to drive. I thought that because I've been driving a smaller SUV, getting into a bigger one would be awkward. And this is really, really user friendly.
I agree. I agree. Once you've actually cracked the atom and figure out every control in here, because I think you could spend 2 days trying to figure out just the controls. What do you think?
I think longer.
Longer.
Longer if you don't drive it and you just sit here and play with everything.
Well, I mean, that's kind of what you do with new cars, right? Is you go through the manual, and then you go into the garage and you play with it for like 6 hours. You know what I mean? At a time, trying to figure out what it's supposed to do.
Instead of making dinner, yeah.
Okay, so final thoughts, right? So the Range Rover SVR, it's absolutely over the top. I mean, it's just really over the top. It's an over the top vehicle. It's designed to do everything, and that's really just apparent by looking at it. Every bit of carbon fiber. And then when you turn it on, and you know, Linda's right here. I mean, I think you're really hearing that muscle. You're really hearing that supercharger roar, especially as you speed up, you know. And I think you said it best. It is really the toy for somebody that has everything. But if I had the choice, if I could afford it, I'd want it. And without a doubt, I mean, it's powerful. And it's really not that obnoxiously obtuse where you'd see it and go, oh yeah, that guy's showing off. Not at all. This is very subtle, but it's definitely all business. So thanks for watching Chasing the Apex. As always, we know you have other choices, and we appreciate you taking your time here with us. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next week.